You ever look at a number with like 10 or 12 digits and your brain just kind of shuts down? Well, today we're diving into a super simple trick from our source material that lets you tame any number no matter how ridiculously big it is. Let's get right into it.
So, to kick things off, a quick little challenge for you. Can you tell me, just at a glance, which one of these numbers is the biggest?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it? It's just a sea of digits. When they get this big, they look more like a password you'd forget than something you can actually compare.
And that feeling of just being completely overwhelmed by a list like this, that's totally normal. But what if I told you there's a really elegant, almost foolproof way to bring order to all this chaos? A simple rule that just works, every single time. It's called the left-to-right rule, and it is absolutely the secret to making sense of any number. I don't care if it has 20 digits. This is the method that turns all that confusion into pure clarity.
So here's how it works, broken down into 4 really simple steps from our source material. First, you just count the digits, because, more digits almost always means a bigger number. Second, you line all the numbers up, super important. Third, you start comparing from the way left. And finally, step 4, you just slide your finger to the right until you find the very first place where the digits are different. That's it. That's the whole shebang.
Okay, so theory is one thing, but let's see this thing in action. We're going to take that first messy list of numbers and use our new rule to arrange them from the absolute largest all the way down to the smallest. First up, we count the digits and we line everything up nice and neat. And right away, something pops out, doesn't it? 2 of these numbers stretch way out into the billions column, while the others are much shorter. That tells us instantly our biggest number has to be one of those top 2. Now for step 3. We compare from the far left. So we look at that billions place. Both of our big contenders start with a 4. So it's a tie for now. No big deal, we just keep moving to the right. Okay, what about the 100 millions place? Both have a 6. The 10 millions place? Both have a 4. Still a dead heat, so we just keep on sliding to the right. And there it is. In the millions column, we finally find our first difference. We've got a 7 versus a 5. And since 7 is bigger than 5, we have our winner. That top number is officially larger. See? That's the rule in action. You just keep moving right until you break the tie. And just like that, once we apply that same logic to the rest of the numbers, the chaos turns into this perfectly ordered list. We go from over 4.6 billion all the way down to just over 200,000. Simple, clean, and 100% correct.
All right, let's try another one. This time we're going to go in ascending order, which just means from smallest to largest. Guess what? The exact same rule applies.
Okay, here's a new set of numbers. Take a look. Let's line them all up. Do you notice anything right off the bat? One of these numbers is very much not like the others.
And this is the perfect example of step 1. Just count the digits. 3 of our numbers here have 7 digits, but one of them has a whopping 12. We don't even need to bother comparing the digits inside. With 12 digits, we know, without a doubt, it's the largest number in the whole set.
So let's just set that big one aside for a second and focus on the 3 7-digit numbers. To find the smallest, we just look at their far left digit, and we see a 1, a 2, and a 7. Instantly, we know their order. The 1 million is the smallest, then the 2 million, and then the 7 million. We didn't even have to look at any of the other digits.
And there it is, the final list, perfectly ordered from smallest to largest. The left-to-right rule handled it, no problem at all. Feeling pretty confident? Good.
Because now, it's your turn. The source material we've been working through included a final problem, so let's use it as a quick test of your awesome new skills. All right, here are 4 numbers. The goal is to put them in order from largest to smallest. Take a second, apply that left-to-right rule. You can even pause if you want to work it out. And the answer is, here it is. The 2 11 million numbers were the really tricky ones, weren't they? They're identical all the way until the very last 2 digits, where the 25 finally beats the 15. Fantastic work! Now, before we finish up, we want to fully represent the source document we've been exploring, and it included one final note at the very end, an interesting little aside. This note reads, and I'm quoting it directly, God gave Daniel and his friends skill, knowledge, and understanding. God can give that to you too if you ask in Jesus' name. Would you ask now? And that's followed by a reference to Daniel 1:17. So, to bring this all back to our main takeaway today, it's that a simple, logical system can bring so much clarity to what seems like chaos. By understanding place value and just using a consistent method, you can confidently handle any set of numbers you come across.
You now have a tool to tame billions, and that really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other massive, seemingly impossible numbers are secretly running our world? From the national debt to the lines of code in your favorite app, what would happen if we all understood them just a little bit better?
Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer.